Have you guys heard of Gala Games? Because if you haven't, you are seriously missing out. Because in 2023, this token is about to blow up. This thing's gonna go from 50x, maybe even 100x. I would even say 1000x. And let me explain to you why. Does this sound familiar?
Il porte.
You went all in.
Dump it.
But what I really want to know is, do they actually believe that Gala Games is going to be the next big thing in Web3 gaming? Or are they all just paid to say this? It's the Gamer's Guide to the Metaverse and you are with Skuz, and today we're going to be doing an investigation into this Gala Games ecosystem to see if all the hype is justified. This video will specifically look at the project as a whole, and then in future videos we'll be looking at every single game within the ecosystem individually per video. So first of all, what is Gala Games? Well, Gala Games is a Web3 gaming project that is creating a decentralized gaming platform that empowers both developers and the players. I like to think of Gala Games as like a decentralized Web3 version of perhaps Steam or Epic Games, where players can come, play a bunch of Web3 games, actually own their assets on the blockchain, and also maybe earn a little bit of coin on the side. So why would something like this be attractive to the current gaming industry? Well, at the moment, the gaming industry is very centralized, and a small group of stakeholders, corporate stakeholders, have a lot of the power and a lot of the market share. And basically what that means, it's very hard for smaller developers or indie developers to get in and create a game and receive funding. On top of that, these stakeholders are all corporate, so their main objective is to maximize their profits for their shareholders. As a result, gamers are getting funneled down this business model of more microtransactions and spend more money on digital items you don't own. So that's where Gala Games comes in to address that issue by creating a decentralized gaming platform that will benefit both developers and players. Currently, there's not a ton of games that can be played on the Gala Games platform. There are a few like Townstar, Spider Tanks, Legends Reborn, and Superior, but somehow they've managed to amass a monthly active user base of 1.3 million users according to their website, which is quite impressive. On top of that, they do have a lot of games that are going to be released this year. So the highly anticipated Mirandus, which Web3 gaming influencer talking of changing the MMORPG space. So that'll be interesting. They've also got the Walking Dead Empires. And something that I'm interested in is actually this game called Grit. It's a Western themed battle royale that's going to be launched on the Epic Games store. That's a pretty big partnership, and I think it's a good opportunity to onboard Web2 gamers into the Web3 gaming space, but it also means there's a lot of pressure on Grit to perform to get that audience. As well as all the games that I've just mentioned, Gala Games in their 2023 roadmap has announced that there's going to be 40 games that are going to be in development for 2023, and actually 12 are expected to launch this year. Among these 40 game titles, there's going to be 26 cross-platform or mobile games and 5 AAA quality games. Now, AAA does get thrown a little bit around in the gaming industry, particularly in the Web3 gaming space. So we don't know what the quality of these games are going to be like, but it is nice to know that they are throwing a lot of money into some high production value games. Additionally, they are going to be focusing on mobile gaming, so we're probably going to see a lot of mobile gaming stuff from Gala Games in the near future. But I'm not going to go into too much detail in these games in this video. I'm going to save those reviews for future YouTube videos, so make sure you subscribe to Gameonomics to see those later on. Now, Gala Games has a very impressive team, and I think this is one of their biggest strengths and competitive edges against other Web3 gaming projects within the space. Two of the Gala Games founders, Eric and Michael, were instrumental in creating and developing the hugely successful social gaming company Zynga. And if you haven't heard of Zynga, you've probably heard some of their games like Words with Friends, Farmville, and Zynga Poker. On top of that, they are supported by 90 plus employees, and some of these team members have worked at companies like EA and Coinbase. So if you're looking for a team in Web3 gaming to pull off something this big, this is probably going to be the team. I also think a lot of the partnerships that Gala Games have created would not be possible with a lot of these team members. Remember, these team members have been around in the tech space for ages. So it's no coincidence that they've managed to partner with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's production company and Mark Wahlberg's production company in their film division, which I'll go into in a second. Moving away from the games division, Gala Games also has ambitious plans to create a decentralized music and film platform. So I'm thinking something like a decentralized Spotify or a decentralized Netflix. The music platform is set to be released on the 28th of March 2023, while the film platform is set to be released 6 months later. Now, this sounds great in theory, but it seems like there's a lot of work. I feel like perhaps Gala Games should completely finish the games platform and make sure that is successful and actually a competitor within the entire gaming industry. But they do have a great team, so perhaps they can pull this off. On top of this film and music platform, Gala Games has also announced that they're going to be developing a layer 1 blockchain called GYRI. And it is designed to handle fast microtransaction sales, lower the costs associated with minting, reduce energy usage and impact on the environment, work with the Gala founders node network, and facilitate easy transfer of items to and from Ethereum. All right, so far, I'm not gonna lie, I can see why all these Web3 gaming influencers are getting very excited about Gala Games. I mean, they have a good value proposition, they have a fantastic team, they have quite a lot of games in development, they already have a lot of users, active users monthly. They have a decentralized Spotify and Netflix that are apparently coming to their platform, and they're creating a layer 1 blockchain. I mean, so far it looks pretty good. But there's one major issue that I have with this project. It's how the platform operates, and frankly, this is where Gala Game loses me. Okay, so we need to have a look at how the platform actually operates. So the Gala Games network is run by a bunch of computer nodes. These are called founders nodes. Anyone can operate these founder nodes. You just need to buy a license and meet the minimum system requirements. And basically these founders nodes, they help process and verify transactions on the blockchain. People who operate these founder nodes are rewarded with their Gala token. Now this Gala token is very important because if founder node operators do not see the value in this token, then they'll stop exchanging their computing power for this token, and effectively the ecosystem is going to fall apart because the Gala Games network is run by these founder nodes. So keep that in mind when we go through this a little bit later on. Not only are the founder node operators rewarded with the Gala token, they also have a consensus mechanism built in, which basically allows them to vote on important matters like what games come to the Gala Games platform. However, in the 2023 roadmap, Gala Games have announced that there are going to be some major changes to how these nodes work. So they're actually going to transition the founders nodes powering to the layer 1 blockchain GYRI, and there's going to be other nodes that are going to be specifically designated to games, film, and music. So for example, Spider Tanks, a game on Gala Games platform, is run by Planetary Node. So you can go and buy a license for that and help operate the Spider Tanks ecosystem, and you'll get rewarded with another token called Silk. Okay, so all the founders nodes, the specific nodes, they all make sense. But the real concern is when it comes to the Gala token. I mean, this token has basically no utility in my opinion. And let me explain to you why. So the Gala token is a digital utility token that is designed to facilitate payments and settlements within the Gala ecosystem, that's not really a good use case for it, in my opinion. It also serves as a primary reward mechanism for the founders nodes, which we know. So that's fair enough. I mean, you're exchanging computing power and receiving some sort of reward in the form of this token. But it's pretty concerning. I mean, I'm literally reading this off the FAQ. While Gala is transferable between users and exists on multiple blockchains, it does not represent any shareholding, participation, right, title, or interest in Gala Games or any other company. Additionally, it does not entitle holders to any promise of fees, dividends, revenue, profits, or investment returns, and is not intended to constitute as a security. If the Gala token is only designed to facilitate payments and settlements within the Gala ecosystem, why would a founders node operator ever want to exchange their computing power for a redundant token? It just makes no sense. And if these founder operator nodes stop powering the Gala Games network, it's all going to fall apart. So this is a really, really big problem, and they really need to increase the utility for this token. I mean, let's look at a game like Illuvium. Illuvium holders gain a percentage of the revenue in the Illuvium ecosystem. I mean, that's a great use case, and that actually encourages me to hold the token. But here, there's no point. On top of that, when I look at the marketplace, I can actually buy a lot of the NFTs with ETH. So why would I ever buy the Gala token? So This is a really, really big problem, and this is where I think the Web3 gaming influencers are really digging themselves a grave. You know, they're talking about this fantastic ecosystem, and like I said, in theory, it sounds fantastic. But the way it's currently designed has a huge flaw in it, and honestly, it feels like it's going to fall apart eventually. So yeah, in my opinion, this token is not going to 50x. It's not going to 100x. It's not going to 1000x. It's probably going to go the other way, unless they make some serious changes to the token's utility. Now, one thing that I do think is positive for Gala Games, particularly in their 2023 roadmap, is that this creation of a layer 1 blockchain could increase the utility for the token. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to try and play devil's advocate here. So if we have a look at a network like Ethereum, there's a lot of things that are going on. There's a lot of activity, and that's because there's a ton of NFT projects. There's some, gaming projects on there, and there's also some DeFi. So for people to perform activities on the Ethereum network, they need to buy Ethereum. So if we apply the same logic to the GYRI blockchain that Gala Games is developing, we might see an increase in demand for the Gala token, because the Gala token is what powers the GYRI blockchain. So I'm going to need to use the Gala token to interact with the smart contracts that are developed on the chain. Same with perhaps music. If I want to listen to music, if developers want to create on the blockchain, they're going to need to buy some GYRI tokens as well. So there's going to be a lot of use case, and increasing the activity on the GYRI blockchain will definitely increase the utility for the token, and perhaps that will rectify my issue. But don't get me wrong, I do think this project has a lot of potential, and looking at it from a purely gamer's perspective, I want Gala Games to succeed. I mean, who wouldn't want the top AAA quality games being moved to Web3? I mean, that would be fantastic, to be able to own my own digital assets and to be able to trade and sell them and perhaps even make some money off it would be great. I mean, they're also doing other great things in the social media space. They've got 424,000 followers on Twitter. They've got nearly 30,000 YouTube subscribers. And they also just acquired a big mobile gaming studio, which will onboard an existing 20 million players. So, Gala Games are doing a lot of things. They have a lot of potential, but I think it's a little bit disingenuous for these Web3 gaming influencers to talk about the Gala token going up 50x. Until Gala Games fixes this issue, this token, in my opinion, is not going anywhere. But the project does have a future. So in the next few videos, I'm going to be looking at the game specifically, because obviously that is an integral part in the success of Gala Games. If these games suck, then the project has no future. So don't forget to subscribe to Gameonomics if you want to see those game reviews, and leave a like if you thought this was a fair and thorough investigation. And let me know in the comments what you think of Gala Games and its potential in the Web3 gaming space.